it going, guys? We are back on another video here, and this video is going to be the best strategies to win an NHL 24 HUT. So basically, I'm a Division 1 player. I have found my way always in Division 1 for the last, I don't know, 5-6 years I've been playing this game. So basically, again, I've started off very good again in NHL 24. I lost my first game in overtime, but I rebounded to win 11 out of my next 13 games. So been winning a lot of games, and I've found strategies that I really like. So let's hop into the video now. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you there. First off, how to go over to the strategies section. You go over to the My Team section and click strategies, and here it pulls up all of your strategies on every line. So then when you got the forward line number 1, for the most part, I have all of these being identical. To me, you want to make sure you have your team playing pretty much the same way. I find it to be very important. You don't want one line being, behind the net, and then all of a sudden you got overload on the third line. It just, to me, makes it confusing. I'm not a fan, personally, of doing that. I think it's very smart to just try to make sure all the players are playing the same exact way. So for line 1, I got behind the net. Behind the net is what I run for this one, and the carry/jump, I put it around here. I think that's a pretty reasonable one here. That is actually considered 1, 2, 3, I believe. Yeah, so I mean, again, you want to just make sure that you don't put it too high, too low. I mean, it's again, I'd say probably just make sure you put it below 5 at least. You want your guys to be carrying and not really prepared for dump-ins. Again, it's not really a huge deal anyway. The cycle/shoot, that one you have over here towards the middle, but again, not quite at 5, a little bit below 5. The efficiency/energy, this is one that I really go back and forth on every single year. It's tough because sometimes, like, you really can't tell. Like, sometimes you feel like, oh, your teams are getting tired, your players are dead tired, and you're like, oh, well, they're not going fast enough, they're not going hard enough. So it's really a tough one. You're gonna kind of play with, but for me, I have found that this has been the sweet spot early on, again, leading to my 12-1-1 start, leading to my NHL 24 HUT team start. All right, so basically that's where I leave it at. And when it comes to don't block/block, I put this one over here as well because I don't want it to be all the way on block where I have my guy screening my goalie and having him not be able to see the puck and just having shots just go in from the point, deflections, because again, the goalie can't see. That's why you want to kind of put it in a decent spot where it's leaning more towards don't block, but you don't want it to be completely on don't block either, right? Because again, sometimes there's situations where you want your guys to probably get in the way of a certain shot that you feel like, all right, well, maybe I couldn't defend that, and maybe that's my fault. I need a guy to kind of step into that and throw his body in front of that puck. So again, guys, that's exactly the same for all of the lines. I run behind the net on each line. The carry/dump, all that stuff is the same on each line. All right, I try to make it very very consistent for the most part. If there's anything a little bit off, again, not a huge deal, right? You're not going to notice a huge difference, but generally that's kind of what I'm leaving it at right now when it comes to the offensive and forward lines. And then on defense, this one's very, very simple to explain. As you can see, hold line/pinch and cycle/shoot, I have all of those on 0. So why do I do that? Well, hold the line, I think, is more important. I don't want my defensemen being so aggressive. There's times where I want them to be, and again, in-game adjustments is very, very important. I say this every year in my strategies videos. Always adjust to what the game is giving you. If you're having issues scoring, maybe make your defense play more aggressive. Have your forwards play more aggressive. If you're giving up so many chances, you're playing a high-scoring game, trap it up. Play more defensive. It's kind of just obvious things you do in hockey if you're playing in a hockey game. So that's why I do that for hold line/pinch. I think it's just, to me, the best thing to do is leave it on 0. And cycle/shoot, I also put that on 0. I want my AIs ready for potential cycle plays because, again, it's not a huge deal either because your AIs aren't going to start shooting for you, but you want them to be ready just to be in the cycling position and just to keep on cycling the puck. At least to me, that is what I have found to be very, very much so successful in running strategies like this. So again, these are all the same, just like my forward lines. I try to keep these the same exactly, not try to make it too complicated, but that is exactly what I'm running for defensive pairs. And then team strategies here, I'm running the 1-2-2 passive forecheck here. As it mentions down below, the passive forecheck with all skaters looking to prevent breakout passes. So this gives me an opportunity for my team to just be prepared and make sure that they're able to take away those zone exits and get intercepts that can actually turn into offense the other way in my favor. So I find myself in a lot of situations where I'm able to actually turn that into offense, and I get so many odd man rushes just because of the guys forcing the puck up the boards, and my AI's right at the boards, and it's just like easy intercepts and easy offense the other way, and I get so many goals off a turnover just like that. Like I just have my AI just kind of lurking and hanging in the weeds, and oh my goodness, the amount of times I get opportunities, breakaways, 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s, just so many times just because of that strategy alone. Then we got 1-2-2 red here, which is the defenders will hold the neutral zone and apply pressure to the breakout at the end of the red line, So basically, again, you want them to be there, so they're more so defending, just not really trying to like keep it alive for offense, more so like playing more of a defensive way here. The opposite is really blue. Blue is the one that for the most part is really more aggressive, I'd say. Red is more on the more chill side, I would say. So that's why I prefer red. It's not overly aggressive, but it's also not playing too passive to the point where you're not going to be able to get any offensive chances. And then you got the trap / forecheck, and that's another one where I kind of put more towards in the middle. I don't want my guys to be too aggressive forechecking, and I don't want them to be trapping too hard either. Too much trapping means not enough offense. Too much forechecking means not enough defense. So my reason is, again, I can always adjust this in-game. Again, I say it all the time, in-game adjustments is how I win a lot of games. I recognize when things aren't going my way, if I need to push for offense, I crank it all up to full pressure, high attack, absolutely just literally all in, straight up all in. So that's why I leave this in the middle though, to start. Again, all these strategies are to start, but know that every game is different, and you're going to play different players who play different styles. That's why I always tell you guys to be ready to make adjustments. With defensive pressure, I put that on contained puck. The players will stay between the puck and the net. I have found that contained puck has been the best defensive pressure strat for many years now. I find it to be very useful for people that are trying to do potential wrap goals, potential passes, from behind the net in front, like sort of like the Pogues play, if you want to call it that. It's, to me, very, very effective to play this way defensively. You don't get yourself AI running around with their heads cut off. They are really, really smart defensively, I feel like, for the most part, AI. Yes, they can make mistakes. I'm not saying this is 100% effective, anything like this, but to me, it's the most effective defensive pressure. In defensive strategy, I run collapsing. Again, this one to me is no question. You have to use collapsing. The others are not good enough. And again, another thing though, I will say though, if you're playing someone that's completely just spamming one-timers from the point, maybe you go staggered. That's what I would consider. Maybe you go staggered or tight point, but I don't know. It depends. Tight point could be maybe more effective for point shots, but staggered is pretty good because it's not too aggressive to the point where obviously you're all the way up at the point, right? And you're not defending any other area, right? But I think collapsing has been the most effective for me for a long time now. I really enjoy the collapsing strategy, and I really believe that you guys should run with that. Then offensive pressure, I always started at standard. Again, not too aggressive, not too passive, a little bit of both. And again, I always change this in game. If I'm not scoring, I make it obviously full attack, straight up. But for the most part, standard is usually fine. I usually don't have to change my strats too often in games, but when I do, again, usually it does pay off for the most part. I don't end up usually playing worse when I do play my strategies more aggressive. So that's why offensive pressure is standard. I think to be more just chill, and again, a little bit of both. Full breakout, again, is defender waits behind the net for the center to swing. The center and the right winger will generate speed throughout the neutral zone, and the right winger will cut to the strong side. Again, strong side slant. I've run with this for a few years now. I find it to be very, very solid and very successful for me in those years. I would keep on running with it. I really would. I think it's very, very good. And to me, the control breakout, strong side slant is just, to me, the best one. No question about it. Then last but not least, quick breakout. I go close support. Again, I want to be able to break out easily. I don't want to be turning it over if I play against someone that's doing the 1-2-2 passive. Again, easy intercepts for them. If I do like a crazy breakout where it's really aggressive, ripping the puck up the boards, you don't want to do that. I think close support is the best one. The weak side winger will stay close to the support, the puck carrier on the breakout. So that's why I stick with quick breakout being close support, to just, again, play more of a passive style. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you do leave a like, subscribe if you're not already. I hope these strategies helped you out. And as always, guys, I will see you all in the next video.